Stop, just for a moment. Look at your life. Do you feel like you're shouting into a void, only for the world to say, no? What if I told you that you've been looking at reality through the wrong end of a telescope? There is one thought, a single, crystalline realization that changes everything. Tonight, the mirror of your world is about to break. There is a thought, a single crystalline realization that, once it takes root in the fertile soil of your mind, dissolves every wall you have ever hit. It is not a new thought. It is an ancient one, whispered by the mystics, hidden in the parables of old and buried beneath the noise of your daily struggle. You have spent your entire life reacting. You react to the news. You react to your bank account. You react to the way people treat you. You have been a leaf caught in a gale, wondering why the wind is so cruel. But what if I told you that the wind is coming from you? What if I told you that the world you see through your eyes is not something you are in, but something that is coming out of you? Close your eyes for a moment, not to sleep, but to wake up. There is one thought that changes everything, and that thought is this: the world has no choice but to conform to the image I hold of myself. Tonight, the mirror of reality is about to break, and for the first time, you are going to see the architect. Florence Scovel Shinn once wrote, "The game of life is a game of boomerangs. Our thoughts, deeds, and words return to us sooner or later with astounding accuracy. Most people live in a state of perpetual waiting. They wait for the money to come so they can feel secure. They wait for the love to arrive so they can feel worthy. They wait for the health to return so they can feel whole. But the great law taught by Neville Goddard and Joseph Murphy, is an inversion of everything you've been told. Reality does not create your consciousness. Consciousness creates your reality. Your life is a mirror. If you stand in front of a physical mirror and you see a frown, you do not reach out and try to force the reflection's lips to move. You do not smash the glass to change the image. You know with absolute certainty that to see a smile in the reflection, you must first feel the smile on your own face. Yet, in the great mirror of life, you have been trying to change the reflection. You have been trying to move the furniture of your world without moving the furniture of your mind. Neville Goddard called this the law of assumption. He taught that the world is yourself pushed out. Every person you meet, every circumstance you encounter, is an echo of a conversation you had with yourself in the secret chambers of your heart. If you assume you are rejected, the world must provide people to reject you. If you assume you are wealthy, the world must rearrange itself to provide you with abundance. It is not a matter of hoping. It is a matter of mathematical, spiritual certainty. The law does not care if your assumption is true by the standards of the world. It only cares that you have accepted it as true in the sanctuary of your mind. To understand this, we must look at the nature of the I am. When you say, I am tired, I am poor, or I am lonely, you are not just describing a state. You are commanding the universe to crystallize that state into your experience. Joseph Murphy, the great explorer of the subconscious, taught that your subconscious mind is like a garden. It does not argue with the seeds you plant. It does not ask if the seeds are weeds or flowers. It simply says, yes. It takes the blueprint of your deepest convictions and builds them into the walls of your life. Think of your life as a cinema. You are sitting in the theater, watching the movie of your life play out on the screen. You don't like the plot. You don't like the ending. You stand up and you scream at the screen. You try to tear the fabric of the screen, but the movie doesn't change. Why? Because the movie is not in the screen. The movie is in the projector room. The projector is your consciousness. The film is your assumption, your inner speech. To change the movie, you must walk back to the projector room. Take out the old film of I am not enough and slide in the new film of it is finished. I am that which I desire to be. This requires a radical departure from the evidence of your senses. Florence Scovel Shinn called this casting the burden. It is the act of looking at a mountain of debt, a broken heart, or a failing body and saying, I do not accept this as the final truth. I walk by faith, not by sight. Faith is not blind. Faith is a higher form of vision. It is the ability to see the unseen so clearly that the seen has no choice but to vanish. You may ask, does this really work in the cold, hard world of matter? Look at those who have moved mountains. They did not wait for the world to give them permission. Think of a young Jim Carrey. Long before the world knew his name, he was a struggling actor with no money to his name. But he didn't see a struggling actor in the mirror. He drove up to Mulberry Drive every night, looked over the city of Los Angeles, and visualized himself as the greatest entertainer in the world. He wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered. He dated it 5 years in the future. He carried that check in his wallet until it was tattered and torn. He wasn't wishing for the money. He was assuming the state of a man who already had it. He lived in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. And by the time the date on that check arrived, he was paid exactly $10 million for his role in Dumb and Dumber. The world didn't give him that check. His consciousness demanded it. Think of Arnold Schwarzenegger. A boy from a small village in Austria with a name no one could pronounce and a body that had yet to be built. He didn't just work hard. He crafted a blueprint in his mind so vivid, so undeniable, that he said his body had no choice but to grow into it. He didn't see the weights he was lifting. He saw the Mr. Olympia trophy. He didn't see the struggle. He saw the victory. He lived in the end. He assumed the throne before he ever stepped on the stage. These men were not lucky. They were practitioners of the law. They understood that the thought is the cause, and the world is the effect. This truth is as old as time. In the Proverbs it is written, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." Notice it does not say, "As a man thinketh in his brain." The heart is the subconscious mind. It is the place where thought meets feeling. A thought without feeling is like a seed without water. But a thought drenched in the feeling of its reality? That is a miracle in the making. When the great teacher said, "Whatsoever things ye desire, when you pray, believe that ye receive them, and you shall have them," he was revealing the ultimate psychological secret. He didn't say, "Believe you will receive them." He said, "Believe you have received them." This is the bridge you must cross from "I want" to "I have." I want is a confession of lack. If you say, "I want," the universe reflects back wanting to you. You will stay in a state of perpetually wanting. But when you say, "Thank you that it is done," you have aligned yourself with the divine intelligence that Joseph Murphy spoke of. You have tapped into the infinite intelligence that Florence Scovel Shinn said knows the divine design of your life. You are not a beggar at the gates of life. You are the heir to the kingdom of your own consciousness. Be it unto you according to your faith. Not according to your hard work, not according to your luck, according to your faith, your psychological acceptance of a thing is true. So, how do you apply this one thought today? How do you move from this video into a new life? It begins with the observation of self. For the next 24 hours, listen to your inner monologue. What are you saying to yourself when no one is listening? Are you saying, "Nothing ever works out for me"? Are you saying, "I'm so tired of this struggle"? Every time you say these things, you are placing an order with the universe. Stop. First, define your objective. What do you want? Not what you think you can get, but what you truly desire. Second, construct a scene. A short, simple scene that implies your wish has already been fulfilled. If it's a job, see yourself shaking a hand and hearing the words, "Welcome to the team." If it's health, feel yourself running on a beach, the wind in your hair, feeling the vitality in your limbs. Third, enter the state. Close your eyes and enter that scene. Do not watch yourself like a movie. Be in the scene. Feel the texture of the hand you're shaking. Hear the tone of the voice. Most importantly, feel the relief. Feel the "thank God it's done" sensation. Fourth, ignore the 3D world. This is where most people fail. You will open your eyes and your bank account might still be low. Your room might still be empty. The world will tell you it didn't work. But Florence Scovel Shinn reminds us the wall of Jericho comes down when you shout. Your shout is your conviction. You must remain faithful to your inner vision. If you remain faithful to the unseen, the seen must eventually dissolve and reform in the image of your assumption. The 3D world is just a shadow. It is a delayed echo. Do not react to the echo. Stay focused on the voice. The realization that changes your life forever is this: you are the operant power. You are not a victim of your past. You are not a victim of your biology. You are not a victim of the economy. You are the architect of your destiny, and your tools are your thoughts and feelings. When you realize this, the fear leaves you. How can you be afraid of a world that is only a reflection of yourself? When you change, it must change. This is the infallible law. You no longer have to beg for favors. You no longer have to manipulate people to get your way. You no longer have to compete. You only have to go within and claim your robes. You are the one who decides who you are. No one else has the power to say no to you, because there is no one else. There is only your consciousness and its infinite expressions. The one thought is this: I am the creator of my experience. And by changing my assumption of myself, I change my world. Now, let us seal this truth. Do not just watch this video and go back to your old way of thinking. Do not let the weeds of the world choke the seed we have planted today. Right now, in this moment, decide who you are going to be. I want you to claim it, not in a week, not tomorrow, but now. Go to the comments below. Do not type what you want. Type what you are. Write a declaration that signals to your subconscious mind that the shift has happened. Write: divine intelligence works through me to create my perfect world. It is done. By writing it, you are bringing the thought into the physical plane. You are beginning the bridge of incidents that will lead you to your manifestation. The game of life is no longer a mystery to you. The mirror has been cleaned. The projector is in your hands. Go out into the world today and walk as if you are already the person you want to be. Breath as that person. Think as that person. Sleep as that person. The world is waiting for your command. Remember, you do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. Be great, because you are. And so, we arrive at the most beautiful, the most profound realization of all. You have spent your entire life looking for a door, only to realize that you are the architect who drew the plans. You have been a beggar at the gates of your own kingdom, asking for crumbs, when the entire banquet was prepared in your honor, before you were even born. The great shift, the one that changes everything, is the move from seeking to being. You are not trying to manifest. You are not working to become worthy. You are the observer. You are the consciousness in which every star, every mountain, and every dollar exists. When you stop struggling and simply assume the state of your desire, you are not fighting the world. You are simply allowing the divine design of your life to click into place. It is the difference between a man trying to push a river and a man who realizes he is the ocean. Go forth today, not with the heavy burden of how, but with the quiet joy of it is finished. Walk with your head held high, not out of pride, but out of the serene knowledge that the infinite intelligence within you knows the way. Every person you meet is a gift. Every challenge you face is a shadow passing before the sun. The struggle is over. The harvest is ready. Take a deep breath and feel the truth of your own power. You are loved, you are guided, and you are exactly where you are meant to be. To begin, the world is not your master. It is your mirror. Smile into it and watch as it smiles back. If this message resonated with your spirit, feel free to like, subscribe to Scovel Spirit Daily, and share your own realizations in the comments below. We are all walking each other home, one thought at a time.